Welcome everyone to another episode of Rooftop Perspectives, the early version as it will be from now on. Wow, it's just like everything for me has lined up these last few days, and all I can think of is the word restoration. It's a good thing. So now that I'm on even keel and all pistons are firing, the good old days are about to happen. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to really dig deep with some good work. And it's like being in a garden after you took care of it for many and you weeded out all of the bad weeds, and it's been getting lots of sunshine, lots of good fertilizer, and me getting good food. And so I'm very much overjoyed by that, because you know what? When you lack the sun or the water or the fertilizer and you're still trying to strive, it's not as good as when you have everything intact. So that's a blessing. Plus, I'm traveling so much lighter anyway. I wanted to talk on so many things, and I'm going to make these rooftops maybe shorter and really focus in on the topic and go in with surgical precision, the way I like to say. I have a different mic on. My other mic failed. I have to purchase another mic that I would always clip on me. So I don't know how this is going to sound. I know it's going to pull in good sound, but it may pull in some other sounds. So this is why I'm going to project a little more. That being said, the words came to me: public life, private life, and secret life. Many of us have a public life, a private life, and a secret life. That sounds kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. Maybe we have to look within ourselves and see how much of a percentage out of the 100% of life that we have is it that we have a 40% public life, 40% private life, and 20% secret life. Some of us don't have much of a public life at all, except when we go to work, we go to a place of worship, or we deal with our neighbors or deal with the outside world. Some people are very secretive. Me personally, I'm very deceptive in my public life. And I don't mean I'm sitting up on this camera telling you a lie, but since there are a lot of stalkers out there, there are a lot of people who just want to spread gossip, they want to get a word from one person, patch it up with this one, so I throw out false narratives sometimes just to keep them wondering. And I've always been that way. Those who are not in my super inner circle, which gets tighter every year, if you're not in that circle, you will never know or know. And sometimes it can be right in your face. But really and truly, we need to really understand ourselves and how much energy we put into our public life, our private life, and our secret life. Now, our secret lives, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something weird or we have some weird thing that we do on some perverted level or some sexual level. It could be a secret life that you don't allow other people to get in, that's wholesome for you and good for you. It could be the secret life of a hobby you pursue. It could be that you're preparing to embark on something new in secret so that there's no interference from the outside world, because you know the temptation to put your hand in the concrete as a child and write your name, or when you're younger, you're a teenager. It's always there. And this is how people do in the outside world. When they see you, whether they know you personally or not, they want to get the scoop on you, and they want to find out by asking other people different things. So I think it's very healthy to have a secret life, as long as it's something that's conducive to your ascension into a certain area of expertise or your advancement in some area of your life. You don't have to tell everybody everything that you're doing. So I am for a secret life. For me, I do have a public life, even though I may not be around the masses of people, but I'm public because of what I do here on social media. And I have no problem with that, because I've always had a very intense public life, way back from when I was involved in the sport of bodybuilding, from 16 years old till 22. You're getting up on stage, you're showing your body, but you're training amongst people. They want to see if you're getting in shape. They want to find out what you're eating. They want to see if 2 weeks before the show you look like you're ready. So you are public, even though this is something that you do on your own. And I'm well accustomed and equipped to deal with that type of mentality, even though I don't deal with bodybuilding anymore, right? I mean, yeah, coming soon it will be, for my health and to keep me young. Because past this point, April, I'm 60, so I have to turn the curve a little better, a little different than when I was on the straightaway. Because you know, when you're on the straightaway, you hit the gas and you know, it doesn't matter. But when you hit that turn or that exit, you got to slow it down a little bit and be wise with your speed. So this is one of the reasons why I'm going to increase my secret life, even if one knows what I do, increase my private life and decrease my public life, but I'm going to make it more where it's more of a focus, but I have more that I enjoy. There have been times in my life, and I will say on social media more so than anything else, where my public life may have been 60% of my life and maybe the private life 30, because of the mere going through the motions of laying down a foundation. But like I say, with this channel, with all that I do now on social media, I'm really learning to lay back and have fun with it. It's not a thing where, oh, I gotta get this out here, I gotta get this out here. For me, and I'm not saying this in comparison to anybody else or what anybody else wants to do, but I'm at that point where I'm so far ahead of my expectations. Again, I don't compare myself to anyone else, and I have a heck of a foundation over the last 22 years. 22 years at the point of February of 2023. It will be 22 years that I've been online. So I don't need to make my public life so much that I'm pushing for the content. I'll always interact, but I'm going to focus it in more. And we need to know that the proportions of public life, private life, and secret life has to change. Because like I said, you don't go on in a car on a highway and just put the pedal to the metal and keep it there and say, okay, I'm flying at 85 miles an hour. Well, if you put the pedal to the metal in most cars, it's going to be a lot faster than that with these newfangled vehicles that we have. And now here comes a turn and you fly off of that turn at 100 miles an hour. Well, you're not going to be in the race anymore. And I don't mean race like you're racing anybody, but you're not going to be in the game anymore. No, you'll fly off and that's it, injure or kill yourself. So now at this particular point in my life, I'm going to indulge even more in my secret life of my hobbies and things that I want to do. And I'm going to tell you one of them, right? I'm very much interested in growing my own herbs. I mean, cultivating them with the lights and growing them on certain levels, and the things that I want to build now to get into that. I'm studying that now. Like one of my favorite is valerian. It helps you to relax and it helps you to sleep. It's very expensive when you buy it in the United States. And it's not always the way you want it because they have alcohol in it when you buy it from a health food store. I don't want that in me. I don't want alcohol in me. Why would I want alcohol in me when it's destructive to my being? And people say, oh, you can relax, you can relax. No, when you get some valerian root and concentrate it, there was a certain company in the States that concentrated it. Man, that thing was like candy. And it relaxed me so much. So now I'm into the preservation of my life right now. I'm not trying to do anything destructive. I'm not going to take on any bad energies around me because I do not have to babysit any other bad energies or tolerate it just because. You see? When I make decisions between me and Mr. SCURV, it's what we make of our decisions. We don't have to consult with anyone else to say, oh, can we do this or should we do this? Especially when, and the word is in the dictionary for a reason, especially when it comes from a person who is an idiot. Let's just say it, right? So going back to that whole thing, I'm looking forward to my life where I am right now. I'm where I want to be. And you have to give thanks to the Most High for everything that He has blessed you with, even though you may be going through growing pains or birth pains coming into your new life. Because the more you go through and the more of an obstacle course that you have in this world is an invert compliment. You got to understand that. You may say, oh, I got it so rough, my bills, and I'm not getting along with this person. I hate this job, or I got to get my body in shape. I'm not motivated. Listen, the fact that you're aware of these things, means you have a way to be out of it because, again, I don't like to use the word problem. I like to use the word solution. And I love to use the word challenge. Excuse me. The sun is just distracting me. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm gonna start laying out here in the sun and being out from early, all day, every day, feet in the soil, and just enjoying this new chapter of my life. But every problem or every challenge has a solution. And why don't I like to use the word problem? Like I said before, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's a heavily weighted word. Just the way it feels. You gotta go on your feeling, you gotta go on your intuition. And just like when you go into a shoe store, shoe shop, to put on shoes, you may wear a size 9 and it says it on the box, but if it don't feel right, those are not the shoes for you. So problem is a heavy word. When you say, if you said 10 times after a while, I have problems, I have problems, I have problems, your motivation, you will see, is pulling out of you. It's almost a cursed word. We have many idiots that will say, you know, don't call the weak, call it the strong. And then grab a big bottle of alcohol and suck it down saying, I gotta live my best life. People are just so, you can't really absorb, you have to filter out different things. So when you have a challenge, it's a call to action because you are a champion. You are made to surmount any issues ahead of you, even if you don't know the answer right away. It's up to you to research and get the answer, test it out, and once you know, you know. Because once you don't know, sometimes a fear can creep in if you have a weaker mind or don't know the process of researching something to learn what it is. When I came online in 2001, all I knew was to push the button to turn the computer on. And I called a friend of mine 3 o'clock in the morning and woke him up. I was in Florida then. I was on the East Coast. And he was a joker. I don't believe that you called me 3 in the morning because you turned the power on the computer and the screen lit up. Because I knew then intuitively that this was the beginning of a long, fruitful journey. And of course, on any road, any journey, there are going to be bumps along the way. There are going to be situations of fraudulent entities that are around you, that it's a growing thing. Because even when people come into your life that are no good for you or have their own intentions, you might learn something from them. But it's not for you to be around them forevermore. I can't carry everyone with me. If I was that mother bird and have all these birds in the nest and say, you don't have to fly, I'll carry you. I won't be able to fly then. So for me, this particular period of my life, as I've meditated over it over the last few weeks, I said, man, I may not be a millionaire, but it's not just about money, because there's so many people out here who want money in their private life so they can put on a public display that doesn't do anything for them, but that's not the thing that's going to make them happy. Look at this. I feel good right now. I feel real good right now. I'm looking over a mountain range. I'm going to eat all kind of fruits today. There's no job I'm running to and running down. That there's a supervisor standing over me and I'm rubbing stuff out the corner of my eye. People coughing around me. I'm breathing fresh air. Things are not going to do it for me. I keep up with my equipment to be able to produce videos, but I realize even now I don't even need that much of that, because nothing beats creativity. Last night when I was drawing and stroking the paper with the pen, it brings such a great sense of satisfaction to me in my public life, in my private life, and in my secret life. So let's focus on what does the best for us as we allot energy into those different areas of our life that maybe you didn't think of it that way. What is it that you do in secret that may be something of an addiction that may not be good, that you need to correct? What is it that you do in your secret life that is a good thing that people don't even know that you're doing until you're ready to come out with it in your public life to show that you've been putting energy in on this book or purchasing this house or getting your health better? You can do that in secret. You don't have to tell everybody everything that you're doing. I didn't call up anybody this morning to say, can I do this video? I didn't call up anybody and say, can I move to Africa? I did it because I wanted to do it. And I don't have to tell people what's in my pocket or not. I know to navigate these shark-infested waters of this world in man's man-made system, the shark-infested waters, but in the Creator and the Most High system, you don't have that kind of vibe. And that's why I choose to keep my mind right now. I'm not trying to destroy somebody else's life because I want their wife, I want their mate. So I want their mate to make up. I want to be with this person because they're making up for all the F-ups that I've ever done in this life, and I'll live happily ever after. Then you got karma on your side coming at you in a very bad way. People's lives are not a junkyard. You don't peel from them what you want for yourself to make yourself better. You've got to go through the journey, and you got to deal with certain things that are looking like obstacles, but they're not. Those are opportunities for growth. So I face things head on, right? But now I'm in another mindset where I'm looking at this thing, is this a public thing? Because this is where most of the time we're so superficial that we're not even real with ourselves. You have people out here who come online and they have this superficial, and when they're revealed to be something fraudulent, they want to run. When it comes out, what happened? I don't see him no more. But that doesn't stop your journey. That doesn't stop you from having to do what you need to do with your legacy. In my case, the almost 22 years I put in on this, and the lifetime, the almost 60 years that I have been with myself, knowing myself, learning myself, sometimes even lying to myself. I've lied to myself many a time. I can admit that. I had all kind of secret lives. But when you can face things and try to break down and understand why we focus on public, private, and secret, and why we are a lot like a mail person who is taking the mail and putting it in different slots, can you take something out your secret life and put it in the public slot? I don't think so. If it's something wayward, if it's something good, let it incubate. Do you want to share your private life with the public life? Sometimes we can't even share the private life with others, family and friends, with the secret life, because usually the secret life is something we do on our own. Maybe with one other person. Maybe three people. Been there, done that. So if we take stock of our life and realize what category we're focusing on more, maybe we need to pull one category in more and expand another. Maybe that would be more beneficial to our life, and I can't tell you that. That's something that you have to do. You have to commandeer that. It's your life. It's like a piece of clay. You mold it into what you want to mold it into. It's like crayons and paper when you were in kindergarten. You draw what you want to draw from the inside. You control your life. But we have to come to terms with how we are allotting our energy to these different parts of our life, and then maybe we can live more effectively. It's more like the wind drag on a vehicle. You know, you look at a UPS truck or a FedEx truck, tall, very light, not much weight to it unless it's loaded down. When the wind blows, it tries to pull you over. It tries to pull over into one of the lanes. I was on the Verrazano Narrows Bridge one time, coming out of Brooklyn, going into Staten Island, and there was a storm that was about to happen. It didn't come down as far as rain yet, but the winds were surely blowing. And I'm driving in the fast lane, and this UPS truck was being blown over into my lane, and I had to be aware with my peripherals and slow down. And it actually did, and it almost turned over. It was wind gusts that were really freaky, that I think that it came out of nowhere, and with the speed of the wind, if they would have known that it was coming like that, they would have got people off the road, right? So, wind drag. Are you perfecting your life? I didn't say make it perfect, I say perfecting. You can always be in a state of perfection or reaching for perfection, knowing you have to know you're not going to be perfect. Meaning that you can strive for better every day, no matter how many other people say, well, you got it this way and your life is perfect. It's not for them to say. It's none of their damn business. You live the life that you see you want to fit. Now, let me just say, when I said the wind drag, you know how cars have gotten more and more aerodynamic? They're aerodynamic because they're not up like that UPS truck or FedEx truck or any truck where the wind hits it and slows it down. When it's more aerodynamic and it goes to that wind tunnel test where they have all the wind coming, and to show, what is it? How do they call it? What is it? Coefficient? Something, there's a word they use. But they can measure if this model or new model of vehicle has less wind drag, therefore you'll save on fuel because you don't have the resistance of the wind. This is the same thing as it is in life. If you're around people who are pulling you in different directions, trying to insert things in your head to manipulate you for their benefit down the road, and it may not be immediate. They may seem like the best people in the world, but they are manipulating you for something down the road to get out of you so that you can do for them what they should be doing for themselves. Wind drag. Spiritual wind drag. And they will say the right things, but it will sound like, it'll feel like with them shoes. They saying the right things, but it doesn't feel right. And then you get red flags. Many people who are not around me anymore, I had red flags on them from years before they showed their ass. But I keep it to myself and watch it play out. And this is what has kept me feeling strong and standing strong in life, because I knew how much to allot a person into what part of my life. They may know a few things. They ain't knowing everything. Anyway, I'm all over the place with this because I can really talk about this for 2 hours straight. But I have to say, I am thankful to be under the sun. I'm thankful to be breathing good. I'm thankful to be awakened with a mission on multiple levels, to be able to do this, put it down, go out and do the other things I have to do, go up in the mountains and do what I have to do, come back, look forward to a good meal, and sleep is good. See, all of these different things, you can measure the quality of your life. Your home life, your life awakened out in the world, and most of all, how much you're at peace with yourself. There are many people who can spout words of wisdom, but they're not at peace with themselves. I love being with myself. I love drawing. As corny as it may seem, I fire up something on YouTube to listen to some music, and I put pen to paper. I'm telling jokes to myself. I'm thinking memories of myself. It's so therapeutic. And many of us, even if we're with ourselves, meditate up to a certain point, because there's certain parts in that journey, in that road, we don't want to acknowledge. But we can package it up for our public life and make it seem all right. But you know that they are not sleeping deep in the midnight hour. I don't want to be like that. So all I'm asking you is take stock of what you have on the inside. Make your life work for you. Make your life better for you. And don't let anybody make you feel as that you're incapable of choosing the best situation for yourself, as long as you're not being manipulated on an emotional or mental level, or have people in your corner that are fraudulent. Then even when you do, they will fall off like that dying leaf off the tree. They'll hang on for a while, but the winds keep blowing, and their life is out of them. How they hold it on you, and the wind blows them off after a while, and now you can replace it with other leaves. It happens naturally, and that leaf, the experience of that leaf will blow down to the ground, and even a dead leaf will benefit you, because the minerals that are inside of it will fuel that tree coming up and decompose and be food. So when people do you wrong, they're food for you. You chew them up and you spit them out. Get what you can out of them, not in a selfish way or a using way, but hey, okay, it's good. Get out. I got something to do. You got to be relentless, and just like the sport of boxing, I say it all the time, you got to protect yourself at all times. You got to protect your interests at all times. You can't drop your guard, because you know where you want to go and where you need to go, and you need to be relentless in that thought. I am not going to let anyone stop me from going to where I have to go. And there are many people, and I'll say it, that have tried to kill the platform, do little stupid things, say little stupid things, but guess what? Look at this day today. What is it, Monday now? I don't even know what time of day it is. I don't even think the animals out here in the it's Wednesday, we have an appointment. No, the sun comes up, the sun goes down. Trees grow, rain falls. Soil is enriched. That's where I am right now. I don't really care about, now when that check hits the bank in the mail, yeah, you better have it on time. But other than that, I'm not really connected that way. My mind is elsewhere. I'm flowing up here, and I know I'm in my destiny, even when you don't realize it. The sad thing is that when others see your potential and see your destiny and your potential and work hard to steer it away from coming to full fruition, that's sad. Spend time with yourself and meditate. Know what it is that you want to do. When you go to the restaurant to eat, You don't look up at the menu and ask the stranger, what should I eat? No, you don't do that. You choose what you want. And this is why they say choose life, and I'm all for it if it is spoken in that context, because I know it kind of means something else. But choose your life. What do you want to do today to further your mission? What do you need to learn today to further your mission? Another thing I will say, like there was a statement that I heard the other day. You become the books that you read. Isn't that something? Think about it. You become the books that you read. Now this doesn't just pertain to books. It is what you absorb in your mind, right? So it's what you absorb on the internet. It's what you absorb from other people in the form of gossip. It could be the books that you read, and it's also regurgitating your thoughts. If you defecate, you don't go and season up and put it on a plate and eat it. That's waste. And a lot of what we do is waste, other people's waste. When we are hypnotized and the one thumb is going up on TikTok, and we knew that we woke up 45 minutes ago, but we lost 45 minutes gazing into something that is not doing us any good unless it's something to teach you something. And the minds of most of us have become arrested and titillated in ways that in our secret life, it's really a waste of time, but after a while it will come out if you keep on poking the bear and indulging in the things that you should not be doing. Simple as that. Like I said before, and I was speaking the Christian vernacular, that when the devil is in your life, it's because you opened up the door with a smile and let him right on in. And that's something. Anyway, I want to leave right now, and this is the beginning of my day, and I'm sure looking forward to it. And I have so much more content along the way, and when I come back home, like I said, it hit me. Enjoy the channel. Enjoy it. This is your life. Show your path. I don't have to be anybody else, and you'll never see me up here. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the LanceScurv show, all anal retentive, because I may be public in that respect, but I'm me. I don't have a separate outside self and a separate private self that others will have all these, like I said, I'm relaxed. I don't have to study to be me. I'm enjoying myself, and I want to thank everyone. I mean, it's been 2 years since my channel has budged from 108,000. It may drop down, I don't know. But I want to thank all of you who have subscribed and continue to subscribe, and it's brought us over 110,000, 2,000 in a short bit of time. And I know how difficult it could be for all channels, and especially new ones, to get that kind of flow. Like I said, somebody is looking out for me, and I'm going to continue to do what I do, whether there are hits coming or not, because this is my life, and I'm sharing directly with the people who can vibe with me. If you can't, I can't change myself. This is my hairstyle. I can't change it. I can change it, but this is the way I want to wear it. These are the things I want to talk about. And because of that, like I said, the people who get down with me here, you must like it, right? And I'm open for suggestions. But like I said, I've been under attack recently, recuperating really good online. My website was under attack, all this other stuff, but I come back stronger because I'm that kind of person. I stand alone in the eyes of the storm. Pressure's all around, trying to bring me down. But it's all right because I'll continue to fight. I'll never give up the fight. That's that song by Marshall Walsh, I Carry On. I play that every morning, and I get up with the fight inside of me. So you demons that want to come at me with foolishness, be ready for the fight mentally, physically, and spiritually, because I'm going to carry on the legacy that my parents put inside of me in the goodness and the investment that they did. Another thing I have to say, I'm not going to be mad, and don't you ever be or feel bad for stating the good things in your life. I know there are people out here who some of them don't like their mother, don't like their father. I'm not going to sit there and not say something different other than the love that I have for my parents and how they took time and took me to guitar lessons, piano lessons, acting, little drama, which I should have continued, and I regret myself. I stopped it. But the art, and I love that, and that's something that stays with me. The experiences and the hours, countless hours, weeks, months, and years that my mother explained and my father explained to me the inner workings of this world, how things are, and the outer workings and the secret workings of this world, and gave me an insight long before ages that I should have, had this type of wisdom. Of course, yes, I was a child. I did childlike things sometimes, but it fed me. Look, even when I got to adulthood or late teenage, my life. I did some crazy things, but I had that in me, incubating, waiting for the perfect time for it to come out. Because like I always say, most of us catch our scars in our 20s and sometimes 30s. But I'm here now. Give me a chance to grow. And I'm quite sure I'll bring to you a person that you will not only love, but can learn something from. I'm not a teacher that way. I'm a sharer of what I've learned. See? But you don't have to not say, because somebody else may have had a jacked up upbringing, show them the love that they didn't have. But you don't have to deny yourself. And remember, because of your upbringing, there will be many people at grown ass ages, 40s, 50s, 60s, who will see that imprinted on you. They don't even have to ask, and they will not like you for that. I can't deny my upbringing. And I will not take credit for the person that I am today, because my parents and my community at that time rooted me well. The correction, the love. There's some people out here who don't even know how to love because they never received love. And they mad at you because they don't love in their mind that they needed. They reject now because they didn't have it in their childhood years. And so they mad at any situation like that. Oh, I don't believe in the romantic love. Oh, there's this thing called the emotions. You're too emotional. Then you cuss the very one who made you for the emotions that you're supposed to have and the love that we're supposed to have for one another. We are all one, connected in that quantum realm. And upon death, those of us who talk this stupid stuff against the Creator, because the Creator is love. So you speaking against that, so you will be denied entry into the next realm, no matter how much righteous stuff and gobbledygog and psychobabble you talk. Public life, private life, secret life. Get it together, y'all. I hope you got something out of it. This sun is beautiful out here. I'm loving it every single day. Ain't no snow out here. 0 latitude, 0 longitude, high vibration, right? But don't let anybody get in your head to keep you from receiving that high vibration. Because truly, really and truly, it's almost supernatural, the perceptions that I have right now, since really focusing in on and isolating to a healthy isolation. I can know when a person's about to do something, and I can beat them to the punch or avoid the punch. Right? There are many out here saying, how did this fool know this? Because it's a lot more to me than meets the eye right now. Even though you see the same big head and physical form of LanceScurving, but things are different now. Anyway, salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. I hope to see you soon up here on the rooftop. Maybe later on, maybe I'll be on another rooftop or somewhere else, but I'm going to bring some recorded content under the sun today. In a live show, I have to. The different categories is a balance. Why you haven't done a rooftop? Oh, you haven't done a live? Or what about them short recorded ones? There's so much to do. Take some stuff walking down the street. Trust me, all pistons are firing, and we'll be firing this week. Take care, y'all. Much love. On to the next one.